I've been meaning to do this for a while now. Really, just a matter of my coworker finally decided to push me into this. I've been talking about doing this for months now, but I finally decided I'd go with it. Um, she says that it's really funny sometimes when I go off on my rants, and it usually happens late at night and on a really nerdy subject. Um, Certain things that I'll have to go over later on, but the one I want to go over right now is superheroes and superpowers for well the majority of this. Uh, is there such thing as a good or bad superpower? This is something that's been going on in my head for some time now, and even some really esoteric superpowers really don't have a side you can pick, and it's really a matter of context. For example, like death, the ability to like, just touch and a person dies. That's a superpower, or at least a superhuman power, that is usually viewed as evil. But when you view it as, just somebody doing their jobs, like I have to maintain everything as it becomes more of a neutral thing. You can use it as a good thing or a bad thing. The one that gets me the most is the ability to heal people. Okay, so let's say you have like a battlefield full of wounded soldiers, and you raise them all from the brink of death, and they're almost gone. So, oh hey, you suddenly saved 60, 70 lives. Oh, you're such an amazing person. Except you were on the side of the Germans in World War II. Suddenly, you're not so certain that you really want to save this person. You don't want this person to have these superpowers of raising the dead or healing the injured, because you're suddenly helping the wrong side, or the wrong side, as I consistently, find myself saying. Uh, the one that gets me the most, though, is something like the ability to control time. It really seems very neutral, at least in my book. Neutrality of it is you can use it to go back and save the world, except that's still not okay. If you go back and prevent something from happening, you're going to get into a little bit of a Doctor Who kind of blah, 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 whatever it is with it. But the one that gets me with that is you could go back and kill Hitler. Oh, you could go back and kill Hitler and you could do an amazing thing, except what happens then if something bad happens on the way there, or you screw it up and you give him something that he shouldn't have, like time travel. You run into some bad issues there. Okay, the best way I could put it is with Superman. Superman, the Man of Steel, the Truth, Justice, and American Way. Everyone's first superhero, though more recently it seems to be either Spider-Man or Batman was everyone's first. Some people even really like Star-Lord now. But the one that gets me with that is Superman actually has shown the other side, the bad side of things. He can be anywhere between, oh, I am the paragon of justice and amazingness, or I can be a tyrant who, well, someone died that was close to me, so now we have to run everything, which has happened before. It's the plot of several things, and even the Red Sun saga was a massive undertaking of what could have happened if Superman and all of his amazing abilities fell into the wrong hands, particularly in this case with Soviet Russia. If he had landed there and they had used his powers, he would suddenly be doing a lot of terrible, terrible things under the premise that he was doing the right thing. It runs us into a bit of a wall, because there's basic powers like, okay, I got heat right, you can use that for anything. Oh, I've got ice breath, you can use it for anything. I've just got sweet kung fu skills. Okay, you could be Batman or you could be Deathstroke. You could be a mercenary who kills people just because he can, or you could be Batman who refuses to kill anybody. It's a bit on the strange side, I will admit. It's the one that gets me the hardest. That question of, is there such thing as a good or evil superpower? And my answer is no. There really isn't. Even the most hellacious of powers, and this is the one, the actual power harnessed from hell. That sounds purely evil. But then I point you to Spawn. He he does this for a good cause. He even fights the agents of hell and heaven with his powers. He's hunted down because he's a hell spawn, which is, I mean, it's kind of fair. But the major thing that he has to go through is he has to fight off Malbolgia. I'm sure I just completely butchered that name, and I'm sorry, but it's hell. He's fighting agents of hell more often than not. He could be fighting somewhere from street crime to legitimately fighting demons, and then sometimes he'll be fighting angels because they want him dead and for a good cause. He's from hell. He has hell powers. But that's just it. He's doing a good thing. He's doing the right things with his powers. Now, that's still up for debate because of how violently he deals with people, but still, he's doing a good thing with hell powers. And, Father Anderson from Helsing. He is the pretty much definition of what a good aligned lawful character can be if they were crazy. He's actively trying to stop the main character, even though the main character is using his abilities for good purposes, usually. But I'm kind of rambling at the moment. Kind of ran out of ideas. I guess that'll really sum it up for now. This is kind of what the channel is going to be about for the most part, so I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave me a comment or just tell me flat out if you liked it. And if you didn't like it, tell me all the awful things you did to my mother. But at any rate, I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.